Salut tout le monde, hi everyone, c'est Pat, je suis ici pour vous parler encore une fois de On en jase avec G2B. Encore une fois, ce soir, on a un invité spécial. Je vais inviter tout de suite Guillaume à venir me rejoindre. Normalement, j'en parle un petit peu, mais là, je vais l'inviter tout de suite. Guillaume, viens me rejoindre.
Absolument, Patrick. Me voici, me voilà. Attends un peu, on va ajuster ça.
Ben oui,
Ah, ça, c'est mieux.
C'est mieux. Comment ça va?
Ça va extrêmement bien, Patrick. Je suis très enthousiaste d'accueillir cette semaine notre invité en direct de l'Ontario.
Exactement. Donc,
notre premier Ontarien à se présenter.
Exactement. Cette semaine, Guillaume, on va parler des Maple Leafs de Toronto. Non?
Des Maple Leafs de Toronto.
Non, ben d'abord, on peut parler du congédiement du coach du Canadien.
Oui, mais là, Pat, là, tu es en train de divaguer un peu comme moi je fais là, habituellement. Tu n'es pas dans ton assiette. Là. C'est pas un show de hockey à soir, c'est un show de bowling.
Oui, mais notre invité, Guillaume, est un passionné.
Ben, on pourrait y poser une couple de questions, mais on va y poser des questions de qui ce soir?
OK. Donc, plus sérieusement, comme vous avez vu dans notre intro de lundi passé, notre invité ce soir est nul autre que Joe Ciach. Guillaume, que dire de plus que wow?
Ben wow, c'est Capitaine Canada qu'on accueille ce soir. 18 participations sur l'équipe canadienne, dont 4 au sein de l'équipe senior. Une feuille de route longue de même, je te l'ai envoyé, Patrick, ça finissait plus de documents, il nous manquait des pages à imprimer. Alors, ça va être super intéressant d'en parler avec lui.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to translate, Guillaume, for our English guest. Tonight, I was joking because I would like to talk about Toronto Maple Leaf, for maybe the head coach of Montreal Canadiens got fired today. Probably Joe's going to be happy about that, or maybe he's going to laugh. But as I said, our guest is Joe Ciach. We're really proud to have him with us because, as Guillaume said, there's so many stuff that he could talk to us first 18 times on Canadian team, wherever, whenever, normal team, senior team, is one of the best since many years. So, Guillaume, maybe you could just...
welcome, Joe Ciach.
Welcome. That's the word I'm looking for. Welcome.
Excellent.
Welcome, Joe.
So let's introduce Joe Ciach to the whole world because this show is international. Welcome, Joe Ciach.
Thanks, Megan. Thanks, Torch. How are you guys doing?
Everything's great. Everything's great.
Yeah.
We have a special guest. We're talking bowling, so we're happy.
Absolutely, yeah. Got to start talking bowling. Hopefully everything opens up so we can get back at it.
And as you can see, Joe, I am wearing some vintage apparel from Team Canada. This brings us back to 2010. 2005. Actually,
yeah,
look at this
right there. Yeah, that's vintage right there. Yeah.
Really vintage.
Yeah.
So this is in honor, for you being on the show since you are Captain Canada. This is your new nickname.
Well, thank you.
This is how we do it in Quebec,
We're crazy a bit, but
place
we're
I like
funny.
to go to, but I'm never there that often, so.
Yeah.
Good. So as you know, Joe, this show is about an hour long. Maybe it could be a little bit longer, especially if you're very talkative, just like Tim Mack was last week. It could last a little longer. But, we have plenty of water. We are ready to spend the evening with you. And, the first question we always ask to our guests is like, what is the oldest memory you have of you being on a bowling lane?
The oldest memory? Wow.
Yeah. Dig deep.
I'm digging deep. You have to remember I'm old. So, oh my God. I would have to say, my first bowling memory would have to be in 1983. I bowled my first 600 with my father's bowling ball in Niagara Falls.
Your first 300 game?
Or first 600. I'm sorry, first 600. I was still a junior. I never had a 600 before. I shot 603. My dad's Bonanza white dot.
Oh, yeah. Boy.
Bonanza. Slam, bam, Bonanza.
Slam bam was right. Yeah. Then after that, it just I started practicing more, and it's it's in the I'm 54, so it's come a long way, and that's probably my first bowling memory. But as you know, and I've heard the comments the other day on I have a few, so definitely have a few.
So at what age did you start bowling approximately? You said 83 you were a junior bowler, a youth, but I guess you started earlier than that. You know, we don't shoot 600 the first year we bowl.
Yeah, my father was a manager of a bowling center in Stony Creek, Ontario. So whenever I was born, I moved into Stony Creek when I was 2 months old, and I started bowling when I was 10 months old. I've been bowling probably since I've been 2. So I've been bowling almost over 50 years.
Oh, wow. 50 years.
Yeah. It's a long time. Yeah. You just got gray hair from listening to that.
It's okay.
You don't have any hair to get gray. Come on there, man.
I have gray hair. That's perfect.
A little bit. Comme à chaque invité, Patrick, on a demandé à Joe, dans le fond, quel souvenir le plus vieux qu'il pouvait avoir sur les allées de lui. Il nous a commencé ça en 1983. Je sais pas, mais moi, j'avais 1 an. I was 1 year old in 83. Patrick was 4. So we were still kids. Alors, en 1983, il se souvient d'avoir joué son premier 600 en carrière. Il était junior, forcément, avec une Bonanza. Puis toi, tu as ajouté le Slam Bam Bonanza. C'est assez vieux comme boule. Je m'en souviens même pas d'ailleurs, à part quelques peut-être des reprises qu'on a vues. Et sinon, son père était un gérant à la salle de quilles de Stone Creek en Ontario. Alors peut-être dès l'âge de 10 mois qu'il nous disait, il a commencé à lancer des boules de quilles à 10 mois. Fait que ça fait 50 ans qu'il joue au quilles et ça nous a valu un commentaire de c'est pour ça qu'il y a des cheveux blancs, c'est pour ça que nous aussi d'ailleurs on a juste à l'écouter parler, Patrick.
Yeah, Joe, you talk about 50 years of bowling, so definitely you had the chance, because I love to play bowling when we had the chance to write our score on the paper sheet. So definitely you start to play bowling with writing the scores, right?
The paper sheets, and you had the overhead scores with the yellow pencil, and then all this other new technology came in. So yeah, it's been a long time. I've been I've been bowling 50 years, and I miss it dearly. I wish I could bowl right now. I really do. I thought after 50 years of doing it for so long, sometimes people do stuff for so long, they just get bored of it. I love it. I love talking to people. I love bowling tournaments. I love the competition. I love representing my country. I love listening to the national anthem if you win a gold medal. And the biggest thing is a camaraderie with your fellow teammates and fellow people from all over the country. It's amazing. I love it. I wish I could do it. I wish I could clone myself and wait and lift on like 54 for the rest of my life, or 50. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But hey, I love it dearly. I really do.
Guillaume, you talk about talkative people, so definitely I asked about score sheet, and he's answered something long like that. We're going to have a lot of fun with you, Joe. J'ai demandé à Joe s'il se rappelait dans ses débuts, s'il avait eu la chance d'écrire les points manuellement sur une feuille. Puis pour ça, il va falloir avoir 40 ans et plus, je pense, parce que clairement, ça fait partie des choses que moi j'ai connues quand j'ai commencé à jouer au quai, puis ça commençait à disparaître. Guillaume aussi, ouais. Ça commençait à disparaître. Puis Joe nous parlait même du crayon avec l'acétate là, qui apparaissait, qui est l'ancêtre du screen de la PBA. Dans le fond, là, c'est plus cool maintenant. Mais il a eu la chance de connaître ça. Puis il a divergé que même après 50 ans, la passion est là. Puis c'est encore dans ses veines. Puis il veut toujours comme représenter le pays, jouer en équipe, être fier, s'amuser. T'sais, au final, Joe Ciach est un joueur de quai encore aujourd'hui après 50 ans, puis il n'est pas le seul, hein, Guillaume?
Non, il est pas le seul, puis on va se permettre de croire qu'il va continuer encore extrêmement longtemps. So, Joe, you said that you started bowling at the bowling center where your father was the general manager back there. It was in Stony Creek or Stone Creek?
Stony Creek.
Stony Creek, right? But you were extremely young. So, do you remember yourself being at other bowling centers when you were young? I know that today you bowl a lot at Leisure Lanes, but before that, would you bowl at some other bowling centers around the Greater Toronto area or somewhere else in Ontario where you lived before?
Yeah, I was because my father was a manager of Bowlorama, the late Jack Fine, and he used to own all the bowling centers. So I went to I don't know. Like my father used to have managers meetings. I used to always go to Thorncliffe in Toronto, all Bowlorama centers because my father was I got free practice. I went to living in Stony Creek in Hamilton area. I bowled at Skyway. I bowled at Hamilton Mountain Bowl. I bowled at Burlington Bowl. I bowled at Classic Bowl. I bowled at Leisure Lanes. I bowled at Planet Bowl. And I'm going to be quite honest with you. I really don't know. The only time I've ever played for practice is practice for team trials. That's the only time I've ever played for practice.
And I think I heard you say something like that a couple of years ago. Could it be during your induction speech for the
Hall
of Fame? I think you said something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I've been very fortunate. I really have. I've known a lot of people that have owned centers and have been managers of centers that have known my father, known the family, and I've just been very lucky. It comes down to bowling balls as well. You know, I don't know, maybe I don't know, I've been bowling 10 pin for 38 years. And I'm going to say out of the 38 years, I've maybe paid for bowling balls 4 or 5.
4 or 5 bowling balls that you bought
4 or 5 years I had to buy. I didn't buy a lot because I've been like I said, I've been quite lucky. I've been with a few bowling ball companies. I even got sponsored by Bufa at a certain time, and I've just been very lucky. I've had a lot of good friends and a lot of good, like, I think consider them to me. I consider them family. You know, like Frank and Mark. Like I've known Frank for another story with Frank. We can talk about Frank too. It's just like and Mark. I've been on the team with Mark a few times, and just been very, very fortunate. I'm very, very lucky. And I thought I'm probably one of the lucky ones in the world, and I never take it for granted. Never.
Alors, j'ai demandé maintenant un peu à Joe s'il se souvenait des salles de quilles qu'il avait joué en Ontario. Il a été chanceux d'abord parce que son père travaillait pour une chaîne de salles de quilles, les Bowlorama, donc il y avait souvent des meetings à gauche et à droite, et à chaque fois, il pouvait jouer aux quilles. Sinon, il nous a nommé des Skyway Bowl, Hamilton Mountain Bowl. Il les a pratiquement toutes nommées là, dans la grande région de Toronto. Maintenant, il joue beaucoup aux Leisure Lanes à Oshawa avec la famille Brace Davies. Et puis aussi, comme ça va peut-être arriver souvent, il nous a dit que il a été très, très, très chanceux dans sa carrière jusqu'à présent parce que les seules fois qu'il se rappelle d'avoir payé Patrick pour jouer au quilles, et c'est un peu c'est un peu bizarre, c'est lorsqu'il pratiquait pour les tournois de l'équipe Canada. Donc, au mois de mai, c'est là qu'il devait payer, mettons, son 20$, quelque chose comme ça pour pratiquer. Mais sinon, pour de ça, il a tout le temps eu la chance de connaître les propriétaires, des amis, des ça, il vient, pas de problème. Fait qu'il est très chanceux là-dessus. Puis un peu la même chose aussi pour les boules de quilles. C'est seulement 4 ou 5 années sur les 38 qu'il joue aux grosses quilles qu'il a payé ses boules. Le restant, c'est soit des commandites, on pense de la famille Bouffa, on pense aussi, présentement, il est avec Ebonite. Donc, toujours très chanceux de ce côté-là, Patrick.
Oui, je pense que c'est un beau privilège. Hein? C'est un beau privilège. Joe, we all knew your wifey, Carrie. First, we know her as a Carrie Ryan. Now she's Carrie Ryan in kayak. So she's a good bowler. Where are you and her? Did you met her as a bowling center for sure, or in the parking lot at McDonald's? Or?
Oh, I thought you were going to say the parking lot somewhere else, but that's okay. But no, I've known Carrie. We've been married. We're going to be coming on 21 years this year. I've known Carrie for thank you. I've known Carrie for 35 years through bowling, through like bowling juniors and all that other stuff back. I've probably known her before that, but just to get to know her a little bit more, it's been about 35 years. But bowling, like some of near the end of the junior leagues, and then starting to bowl against like some of the Strike Masters tournaments that we had. But yeah, I've known her a long time.
Okay, that's cool. And was it a kind of LT competition between you and her, or not?
Yeah,
not big deal.
Yeah, we used to. Yeah, no. Wednesday nights I used to bowl league, and Wednesday nights I used to bowl league in a different bowling center, and we used to. It was a $5 bet every week. You know?
Oh, okay.
It was big bucks, you know. But you know, the good thing with the competition is that when we bowl tournaments and stuff like that, like it's a competition between both of us. But the biggest thing is when we bowl league, we get more, with me anyways, and I know she used to do it too. She used to get more focused because it was a competition. Even though it was between the two of us, it was more competition. We used to focus more because sometimes league can be a little bit fun, get a little, you know, lackadaisical, misses two spares and stuff. But if you had that competition, that always made you competitive when you went to tournaments and everything else. And that's why I think we both succeeded that way and we got better. And she had, you know, we can go on and on about her career as well, but we've both had good successful careers, and I think it's that competition in the last 20 years that we've been successful.
So how much money did you win, and how much money did she win?
That's how much money did she lose. How much money did she lose? That's the thing. Not how much money she won. No,
I think
it all depends where it came down
you
to.
Never paid.
I always pay my debts, man. Always.
Okay, perfect.
But I bowled in a men's league, so most of the men that you bowl with is like most of the guys knew how to break down the lane, and then she used to bowl in a mixed league, so you get those people who throw the spare ball down the center and push the oil to the side, and so it kind of screwed her up a bit. So she doesn't know I paid those guys off to do that. So, but I would say that I was probably 75% more than I won than she did.
Okay, it's not a bad percentage. That's good. J'ai demandé à Joe où il avait connu sa femme, parce que sa femme, Carrie, on la connaissait. Moi, je l'ai connue il y a quand même plusieurs années. Puis, elle n'a pas toujours porté le nom de kayak. Puis, il la connaît depuis plus de 35 ans. Ils ont commencé dans les juniors. Puis, il nous disait que ça va faire 21 ans cette année et qu'ils sont mariés. Donc, félicitations à vous deux. Mais ce qui est vraiment intéressant, c'est que par la suite, j'ai poursuivi, puis j'ai comme... est-ce que ça pouvait avoir comme apporté une certaine compétition entre les deux? Puis il me disait, certainement, à chaque semaine, dans notre ligue, on mettait un petit 5$. Puis ça nous amenait à nous pousser puis à rester plus concentrés parce que Guillaume, la première personne qui passe son temps à me chicaner, c'est Marc, qui me dit que je devrais me concentrer puis être assis puis penser à ce que je fais. Je devrais commencer à gager des 5$ peut-être. On sait tous que autant Joe que Carrie ont eu des très belles carrières, autant au niveau régional qu'à l'international. Donc, puis à la fin, Guillaume t'a posé la question, c'est qui a comme fait du cash un peu? Puis Joe a comme avoué qu'il a fait les poches.
Ouais, exactement. Dans le fond, la question, c'était plus combien d'argent Carrie a perdu et non pas gagné.
Ouais.
C'est bon. Joe, now, how would you describe yourself as a competitor on the lane? Like, what would be the best characteristics of yours?
I usually don't give up. I hate not bowling very good. I hate missing spares. I hope whoever's watching stuff, spares are important. I know there's a few guys that made the team. If they miss spares, just check out their thighs. See how bad they miss spares. They don't like missing spares. Yeah, it's just you just got to keep. I'm just very competitive. I hate to lose. You're not going to win all the time, but it all depends how you lose. If you lose, you have to be a gracious loser because you're not going to win all of them. I get off of bowling. The greatest sports person ever, loser-wise, is Jack Nicklaus. He lost 19 times in a major championship and he's considered the best, for him and Tiger Woods. So you have to be a gracious loser. If you're not a gracious loser, then I don't know. It's a tough question, but to me, I'm a competitor. I love to win. I love to compete, and losing sucks, but losing happens, and it's all depends how you lose. And I've always been. I had a strict father when it came to bowling, and he didn't want me to be. I've shown my anger a few times, but it's also brought me back to my father telling me not to do it. And if you're a gracious loser, and people respect you more.
I totally agree with that. And just listening to this, I feel like I want to be on the bowling lane right now. Just to be.
I miss it dearly. Like probably starting July 1st of this year, I started throwing bowling balls in my house. I couldn't bowl since from the end of March till like June or July 1st, and I just kept doing it. And I throwing balls in my backyard. I just miss it. I miss tournament competition. I miss the people, because that with me, it's the same with you guys. It's like you probably met all these people, all your friends, probably through bowling. Probably 75%.
Right.
And you can't see it. And that doesn't go for just the three of us. It goes for everybody. And it's just staying at home and just going for walks, and you can't do anything. Like we're at a stay-at-home order right now that we can't do nothing. And it's been like this. It's probably going to go for another 2 weeks after February or March. And it's frustrating for everybody. And I feel bad for everybody, but I just hope everybody goes by the rules, wear their mask. Like I have no problems wearing my mask going to a bowling center. I really don't. Because if I see somebody not wearing it, they either leave or, that's just the way it is. Just follow the rules and we'll all get back to normal.
Let us bowl. Just gives me the rules and I'm gonna bowl.
I can see leagues and stuff like that. Like I have no problems bowling on the same pair with somebody. I don't have to touch your hand. I don't have to put my hand out for anybody. That's not who I am. But if it's the rules, then you have to follow the rules.
Yeah, absolutely. So, j'ai demandé un peu à savoir ici à Joe comment il pouvait se décrire comme skieur. Et tout de suite, le premier mot, Patrick, ça a été « Moi, je suis un compétiteur. J'ai besoin de compétition. Je suis pas là pour niaiser. Je suis un gagnant. Je veux gagner. J'aime gagner. » Mais par contre, ce qui est très beau dans ce qu'il a dit, c'est que on peut pas toujours gagner. Il va y avoir beaucoup de défaites. Et il a nommé Jack Nicklaus qui a perdu comme 99 fois des tournois ou quelque chose comme ça. Mais c'est considéré comme un des meilleurs, qui a pas joué au golf en carrière. Donc, pour ça, c'est d'être capable d'accepter la défaite, de bien vivre la défaite, de pas trop montrer sa colère non plus. Son père lui avait rappelé ça quand il était jeune, puis quand ça lui arrive de vouloir être un peu plus en colère, ben il pense à son père, ça le calme un peu. Et de cette façon-là, si on est capable de perdre de la bonne façon, d'être un bon perdant, ben les gens souvent vont avoir plus de respect envers notre personne. Et non pas juste pour toutes les victoires, mais ils vont se souvenir aussi que dans la défaite, cet homme-là était respectueux.
Officiel. Joe, we know that you bowl everywhere, but did you already play in a PBA tournament? Whatever type of PBA tournament?
I've actually bowled a regular one in Calera Lanes in New Jersey. I bowled the US Open. That was back in the day. And I recently, 2 years ago, I bowled a PBA 50 tournament in Jackson, Michigan.
Really? So you already tried the PBA 50, and could you, and now we can't, but could you imagine to getting back on those lanes more often when you're going to be able to do it on PBA 50?
100%. I was on a show with Carolyn a couple weeks ago, and she asked me the same question, and August, there's 3 tournaments in concession in Michigan. So I'm hoping, like, I think there's 2 in Michigan and 1 in Indiana. So they're concession. So I will probably bowl those 3 if we're able to. And once we get across the border, it's like around here we'd have to like set up the tournaments and stuff like that and try like. But me personally, I rather bowling centers get bowlers back into the center than worrying about tournament play, because all the tournaments do right now take up lanes where I think you need the public back first. The competitive bowler, the tournament bowler, the league bowler, they will always come back. You need open play to come back to make bowling, make the people feel safe so they can come to a bowling center and have fun. And then, like I said, the tournament play and everything else, they'll always be there. It's the open player that you need. So I plan on going there. I plan on bowling a lot of Detroit tournaments. There's some tournaments, a senior tournament, Detroit once a month as well. And the bottom line is I just want to bowl.
That's cool to hear.
I'm 54, but I feel 35 where I just want to bowl, and it doesn't matter how I do because I haven't been bowling. But just like riding a bike. You know,
that's right.
You ride a bike for the first time, you fall off, you get back on. You go bowling, you don't bowl very good. The next term, you're going to bowl good. You're just going to get back to the routine.
Just get back.
That's the biggest thing is a routine, and that's what I plan on doing. And I've already talked with the boss at work, so everything's good.
That's cool. J'ai demandé à Joe s'il avait déjà eu la chance de jouer un tournoi de la PBA, parce que Guillaume, je ne sais pas si c'était comme moi, mais je n'avais pas eu vraiment connaissance de cette chose-là. Il m'a répondu, je suis allé il y a longtemps. Ouais, c'est ça. I'm a turbo man. Il m'a répondu qu'il était allé au US Open dans le temps que, dans le fond, on avait juste à payer l'inscription, puis on allait jouer le tournoi. C'était un tournoi qui était réellement ouvert à tout le monde. Puis, jusqu'à tout récemment, il est allé faire un PBA 50. Puis, on a fait du pouce là-dessus, puis on lui a demandé, tu vas-tu y retourner, tu sais? Puis ça a pris une fraction de seconde, 100%, c'est sûr. Detroit, Michigan, c'est à côté, c'est pas loin, je vais aller les faire. Il veut jouer au hockey. C'est juste ça qu'il veut faire. Il veut jouer au hockey, puis il veut compétitionner. Puis il a continué encore. Il a fait du pouce, il y en a 2. Il a fait du pouce là-dessus. Il disait, dans les faits, c'est correct les tournois de quai, mais présentement, la priorité, c'est de ramener les joueurs d'open play dans les salons de quai, parce que c'est sûr, Guillaume, qu'un gars comme toi et moi, on va être là la journée que ça roule. Puis ils font un tournoi, on va être là. Mais ce qu'il faut ramener, c'est la petite famille, la gang de chums le vendredi soir, c'est eux autres. Fait que ça, c'est la vision de Joe sur ce sujet-là.
Absolument, Pat. Still also talking about the PBA, Joe, considering the amount of success you had on Team Canada and, and also in different tournaments in the US also, is this something you would have liked to do, to maybe take a year or 2 and compete on the tour full time?
Are you talking the regular tour or the senior tour?
No, the regular tour.
No chance.
No chance?
No. The guys.
Why?
The guys that are out there are very, very, very good. I had a job that I wouldn't be able to take a year off from, even though I worked for the family. I still wouldn't do that to them because I'm a salesman, so I was one of 2. Now I'm the only one, so it's kind of hard. But now you can do everything remotely. You can do everything by technology. It's computers, phones. You get emails sent to you, everything. But no, the senior tour, I would. Senior tour is
because it's only here and there, and you don't have to spend like a whole week on the road.
No, the senior tour is actually, it's more relaxing. I've bowled with out of some of the senior guys that I'm like friends with Walter and friends with Parker, Bob, Amaletto. It's relaxing. It's more relaxing, and they take it as, I would say,
country club.
It's pretty much like that. But you go to regular guys, it's like man, these guys, like, I've been watching bowling for forever, and the guys are bowling now, it's like unbelievable. Like, to talk about the regular tour now is like, I'm gonna bring up Frankie, for example. Back in Montreal, when we had team trials, I can't remember what year it was. We were bowling and stuff like that. We were finished, and there was about 5 or 6 of us standing around. This scrawny little kid gets up on the lanes after we finished bowling. He starts throwing balls. We're going, this guy's striking. Like, unbelievable. He struck more than the 7 of us standing there. And we couldn't believe this. Who is this kid? It was Frankie. No. He's just, watching Frankie, like, unbelievable. The calm, the poise, the relaxation he looks at. There's sometimes I watch him bowl and I'm saying, Frankie, like, let it go. Like, show some emotion, man. But it's not him. And look how successful he is. He is, excuse my French, but he's so damn good. Like, these guys in the regular, they're like, you got like Kyle Troop. Congratulations to Kyle Troop, and congratulations to the 5 guys that made it last week. It's unbelievable what they went through and what they were bowling on. But you got Kyle Troop, you got Belmo, you got Frankie, you got Simon. It's unbelievable what's out there. And if you make a show with these guys, you deserve it. And back in the day, is like you had Chris Barnes, you had Bill O'Neill, Tommy Jones, and like those guys back then were good. They're still good, but not. Oh my God, it's unbelievable the bowling talent that is on the PBA right now. And to bowl on the 50 tour, I would have a chance.
So it's kind of funny because,
but I'd have a chance because it's more relaxing and stuff. Because you look at the guys on the 50 tour. Who's got the most reps on the tour? Amoletto and Bob? And they're what, maybe 400? I'm watching these guys and they're 580, 590. It's like, at least I can compete with the older guys. But these guys, I love watching it and I love what they're doing. I love all the sponsorships that they're getting. It's making bowling grow. And I just hope people continue to watch and just watch it. And just after they're finished and after COVID is over, or it gets back to some normalcy, that people just go and bowl and just see how much fun it is. Like, we really need all those people to come back to bowl and have fun and just bring bowling back. Like, that's all. And
it's kind of funny what you were saying about the senior tour being more relaxed, because a couple of weeks ago we talked to France Joubert on that same show, and we asked her, do you prefer competing on the regular team or the senior team? And she said senior, because it's more relaxed. The atmosphere is different. It feels like players are there for different reasons. Well, they still want to bowl their best and win a medal for their country, but the general atmosphere is different. And this is a little bit also what you're saying with the PBA 50 tour. Donc,
when you bowl for the senior team, it's like, everybody's on the senior team has been doing it for so long that it's routine for them. So they know each other from past years. It's like, oh, it's like, see you still go and bowl for your country, but then it's like a more relaxing atmosphere. But then you bowl for the regular team. Like, you get some new guys that make the team, and they try so hard. And I've been in that position too. I made the team, and I was on the team with Bill Rowe, Howie Kochi. And it's like, I've known these guys forever, and you try so hard to try to impress them. And what happens is, when you try so hard, you don't bowl very good. And that's exactly what happened. And I just got to the point, is like, if you bowl within yourself and you stay within yourself, everything else will take control of it. And bowling with the senior team, it's awesome. Get to bowl with, I bowl with Ray. Ray's a good friend. Con Casey, like Germany, like, I'll never forget Germany for how we did, but I'll never forget Germany because of Richard. Like, I had a great time with Richard, and condolences. But I know it's been a while. Condolences to his family, but I love the time with Richard, and he's a super, super nice guy. So. All
right, so just give me a couple of seconds to translate that,
problem.
Joe.
I talk a lot. I have to go to the bathroom. Just joking.
Donc, j'ai juste voulu faire un petit peu de pouce sur la PBA en demandant à Joe si il avait peut-être déjà pensé s'arrêter puis aller participer sur le tour régulier, étant donné qu'il y a une fiche vraiment à couper ça. Il a dit non, pas vraiment, parce que il travaille pour l'entreprise familiale, il est vendeur. Avant, il était 2 vendeurs, maintenant, il est seul. Il pouvait pas faire ça, dans le fond, à l'entreprise familiale, de quitter pour aller jouer au hockey. Il se sentait pas bien là-dedans. Par contre, pour ce qui est du tour senior, ben là, ça, c'est une autre chose, parce que c'est beaucoup plus relax. Puis il est très ami. J'aimerais ça être ami, moi aussi, Patrick,
Ouais,
là, avec
Camletto, Bob Learn, Parker.
c'est ça, Parker Bond avec Walter. Ça, c'est tous des chums à Joe. Ils prennent une petite bière ensemble, ben relax. Donc ça, oui, aller jouer ces tournois-là, puis dans le fond, il nous en avait parlé un petit peu dans sa réponse précédente. Puis, on a fait encore une fois un petit peu de pouce là-dessus en disant que sur l'équipe senior aussi, parce qu'on a parlé à France Joubert, on lui a posé la même question il y a une couple de semaines, et elle disait elle aussi qu'avec l'équipe canadienne senior, c'était plus relax. Les gens, ça fait tellement longtemps qu'ils sont là, qu'ils font partie de l'équipe, ils se connaissent, ils ont voyagé souvent, alors c'est pas pareil. C'est juste cool, c'est ça, d'être là puis de se revoir tous ensemble. Puis, qu'est-ce qu'on disait aussi? Ben oui, il a parlé de son expérience en Allemagne pour le dernier championnat du monde qu'il y a eu, ou un des derniers en fait. Ça le touche encore beaucoup à cause de Richard Lafleur, Patrick. Ils ont été des très bons coéquipiers, je crois. Je pense qu'ils ont partagé beaucoup de choses et se sont appréciés. Et ben voilà. Voilà, ça fait un peu le tour.
Oui, ça fait le tour. C'est une bonne réponse, hein, quand même.
Effectivement. Attends un petit peu, Pat. Just to tell you, Joe, that 12 more years and Mark will be a teammate. And I'll still have 12 more years ahead of me. Wheelchair for you? Well, you will be our...
You told us that you're 54 and you feel like 35. So if we add 12 to 54, you're going to be 66, feel 47. That's perfect.
That's perfect, but we'll see how my body reacts to that. That would be nice.
We'll keep in touch. 20 years, February 24. We'll see. Joe,
well, let's keep in touch. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Joe, we could talk about Team Canada for many hours for sure, because you had 18 presents on this team, 14 on the regular one and 4 on the senior one. You travel around the world for sure. And what's the go-to place you would like to repeat to travel for bowling tournaments?
UAE. United Arab Emirates. Unbelievable place. Unbelievable. It's the people there were like super, super nice. Everybody treats you like you're welcome. It's just one of those places I never ever thought I would get to. Like you said, I've been to Thailand and Korea, Amsterdam, Netherlands, been to Ireland. But UAE is unbelievable country. It's like so clean. Everything. It was so nice. I would definitely go back on repeat if it was like bowling related. I don't know if I'd go there on a vacation, because there's other places like I'd rather go for vacation. But bowling wise, UAE for sure. It was awesome.
Cool. J'ai demandé à Joe. On pourrait parler de l'équipe Canada pendant 2 semaines, si on voulait, Guillaume, je pense. 18 présences, 14 sur l'équipe régulière, 4 équipes seniors. J'ai demandé, y a-t-il un pays que tu voudrais retourner? Puis là, je vais prendre tout mon orgueil, je vais la mettre de côté. J'ai aucune idée de quel pays il nous a parlé. C'est beau, hein, quand même.
C'est les Émirats Arabes Unis.
Ah,
United Arab Emirates. UAE.
Mais c'est ça, j'ai comprenais les lettres, mais je sais pas c'est quel pays. Joe, we're joking because I don't have any idea which country you're talking about with UAE. So usually
it's near Dubai.
Yeah, Dubai, that's right. I used to go on Google when I don't know answer, but Guillaume translate that for me. That's perfect. Et il nous a nommé aussi d'autres pays qui étaient très accueillants. Il nous a parlé des pays asiatiques comme Guillaume,
La Thaïlande.
La Thaïlande, exactement. Et il a parlé d'Irlande également, puis il a parlé de l'Angleterre aussi. C'est tous des pays qui sont accueillants, mais l'Émirat arabe uni, je pense que ce serait une place à aller, Guillaume.
Oui, mais tu sais, il disait peut-être pas pour des vacances, mais pour jouer au hockey, là, oui, il retournerait absolument.
Ah, mais ils ont une montagne artificielle. Il doit y avoir des affaires cool à faire, là, quand même. Là.
Tiens, Patrick, de la part de Razor, là, United Arab Emirates.
Thank you, Razor.
It's right there.
My apologize for don't know everything. So, Guillaume, je te laisse continuer.
Oui, absolument.
Wait,
Joe,
see, Razor wouldn't want to go there because there's no NASCAR racetrack there, as far as I know.
You wouldn't
sure
go?
He'll correct me. He'll correct me if there is one.
But
I'm sure he will comment in a few interviews again.
I'm sure he will.
If they don't have a racetrack for NASCAR, they could buy it for sure. They could build it. They could build it on the second floor of basement or something like that.
And then destroy it after the race. Joe, by being on the team for so long, and here we want an honest answer. We want some name dropping, okay? Who did you have the most trouble with rooming with someone?
Rooming with somebody?
Yeah. Who did you have most trouble with?
I had no problems with anybody.
Nah, boo! I don't accept this answer.
Boring answer. Boring answer.
I'll tell you.
Kick him out. That's our show. Kick him out.
Yeah, there you go.
We would like to name drop it.
I went to, for the senior team, I went to Dominican. I roomed with Jack Brace. I roomed probably 7 or 8 times with Ray. I've roomed with Mark. I've roomed with Art Oliver, I believe. I haven't had anybody. Maybe you should ask those people if they like to room with me.
Okay.
It's
going to be on the next show.
I honestly, all my roommates and stuff like that have been great. If you want to put me on the spot, I also had a roommate who's your boss, Frank. The best roommate I ever had was Frank.
You bowled on a team with Frank, really?
We bowled T of A. He was my roommate. He let me sleep. He'd wake me up. He'd bring me fruit. He looked after me.
It was like a dad for you.
Yeah, I hope Mark's not listening to this because you never know. But yeah, Frank was. Yeah,
Mark
Frank was
and Frank. Frank used to.
He was an awesome roommate. Unbelievable. He was so good. But Mark and I roomed together in Northern Ireland, and a box of Hammer shoe box was a bigger room than we had. So we got a little close in that room. But Mark was a good roommate as well. Had a lot of fun in Northern Ireland. Unbelievable.
And here Razor is asking, what about double L, Lionel Lewis?
I've never roomed with Lionel.
Okay, too bad. No chance here as well.
I've never roomed with Lionel. I've only been away on the team and it was Korea. And I can't even remember who I roomed with in Korea, but it definitely wasn't Lionel.
Okay.
We didn't get a bill for any damage, so it wasn't Lionel.
So Patrick, at least we tried, but he's too gentle. So
he's a gentleman.
He's a gentleman, Joe. So no name dropping tonight.
Yeah, on and off the lanes, a gentleman.
I'm just trying to give the good ones. That's all. No, I can't remember any bad ones. I really can't.
Yeah, that's a good thing. In fact, Joe.
Patrick, tu me laisses tout le temps de dire
t'as même pas traduit. Ça allait bien, Guillaume.
C'est correct, on était partis, nous autres, là. J'ai demandé à Joe, dans le fond, je voulais une réponse honnête, puis je voulais qu'on nomme des noms, là. Quel était le joueur avec qui il avait eu le plus de problèmes comme co-chambreur? Malheureusement, Pat, il n'y a pas eu de nom. Il a dit, j'ai jamais eu de
Réponse de
problème.
politicien. C'est de la politique.
C'était pourri. On n'accepte pas ça. C'est pour ça que d'ailleurs, il est parti quelques secondes de l'écran. Mais blague à part, il dit, j'ai jamais eu de problème avec personne. Ça a tout le temps bien été. J'ai eu plusieurs partenaires, River Vink, Art Oliver, Marc Bouffa, Mélé. Il a dormi un peu avec, façon de parler, là. Il a partagé sa chambre avec un peu tout le monde. Ça a toujours bien été. Mais il nous a quand même dit que le meilleur roommate, le meilleur co-chambreur, c'était Frank Bouffa. Il dit, quand on est allé au tournoi des Amériques, il me laissait dormir, il me réveillait, il m'apportait mes petites affaires, il prenait soin de lui comme un bon papa pourrait le faire.
Tu sais, Guillaume, qu'est-ce que tu veux de plus que ça?
Rien de plus.
Payer le bill. Peut-être qu'il pourrait payer le bill.
Ouais, peut-être.
So now, Joe, I let Guillaume translate, so now I'm able to talk. Guillaume gonna let me talk. Being on this team so many years, you're probably different from the first to 18 time you was on the team. What did you learn from being on this team so many times as a human or a bowler?
From the first team to the 18th team? Is that the question?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the
first team was like the first team I was new. It's something I always wanted to do to represent your country because I've heard so many good things about it. The first team, like I said, I bowled with Howie Kochi, Bill Rowe. I think Warren Rennicks was on that team. I think the Nick was on that team. I'm not really sure. We were talking 1997, something like that. But from now, like, you start to know people after year, and you get to learn stuff from guys like Billy. I never had the luxury of bowling with Dan or Frankie like later on, but what I learned from training camps from like Craig Woodhouse, Sandy Lowe, Tyrell or Ty, sorry, I call him Ty. Everybody calls him Ty. I call him Ty. But what I learned is like trying to look after yourself and trying to make better shots. Like with all the stuff that's going on now, like you had to make better shots. If you make better shots, you become a better bowler. And the biggest thing is relaxing. You know, if you go out there and you try to grip the ball, like grip pressure, you have to be relaxed and everything's going to be smooth and everybody's going to be fine. Spares were important back then. Like they weren't averaging 230, 240 back in the 1990s for these events. So what I've learned is just stay in myself and make better shots and just have fun. If you don't have fun, you're not going to bowl good. You know, you keep putting pressure on yourself and you want to impress somebody. The only person you have to impress is yourself. You don't have to impress anybody else. You know, if you impress yourself, everything's going to look after yourself. So, and that's what I've done lately. It's like the last, 15, 20 years is like I've gotten better at it. Like I said before, everybody wants to win. It's just a matter of how you win and how you lose. And the more you're relaxed, everything will be good.
Cool. Thank you. J'ai demandé à Joe qu'est-ce qu'il y avait comme qu'est-ce qu'il y avait de différent dans son jeu ou peut-être dans sa façon d'agir entre la première et la 18e fois qu'il a été sur l'équipe. Puis il dit, tu sais, j'étais un bébé là, quand ça a commencé. Là, il dit ma première équipe, puis j'étais juste impressionné de voir des Bill Rowe de ce monde. Puis tu sais, Guillaume, quand on parle avec les gens qui ont joué beaucoup sur l'équipe Canada, c'est des noms qui reviennent. Là. Bill Rowe, puis avec les années, les training camps, tu sais, Guillaume, t'as connu ça aussi, les camps d'équipe Canada chaque année pour être capable de créer une certaine chimie au niveau de l'équipe. Mais il y a quand même des coachs qui sont passés là, les Sandy Lowe, puis les Craig Woodhouse, puis Tyra Rose. Il y a beaucoup de choses à apprendre. Puis, tu sais, oui, faire un bon lancer, c'est super important, puis c'est primordial. On ne dénigrera jamais ça de faire un bon lancer, mais au final, faire des réserves, faire un bon lancer, rester dans le moment présent, être capable d'être calme, d'apprendre à gagner, d'apprendre à perdre, Et c'est ce qui fait qu'aujourd'hui, à 54 ans, c'est encore plus facile d'être un skieur parce que tout ça est devenu comme inné. Puis j'imagine qu'en vieillissant, ça bouille moins vite, peut-être. Hein? Ça bouille moins vite, j'imagine. Donc, au final, c'est maintenant quelque chose qui est beaucoup plus facile pour lui. Donc, puis à la fin, j'ai dit merci. Puis,
il a dit bienvenue.
Bienvenue.
Joe, maybe one more question about Team Canada. So, back in 2019 in Montreal, okay, the last team trials we could actually bowl. It's been so long already. I know you answered this question maybe a couple of times and also with me, but I think you had a vision that nothing would happen in 2020. So you said, I'm going to give my spot with Team Canada. So can you remind us or tell us the reason that push you, well, I don't want to say push you, but the reasons that help you decide that you would give your spot on the regular team?
Well, I talked to Carrie before, and I told her that was what I was going to do. And she said, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Yes." And she says, "Okay, let's talk after you finish bowling." So, and it wasn't even a discussion. It just, we got to the point. I said, I made both teams. I said, I'm giving up one spot. And she said, one thing she said to me was she was proud of me and it's my decision. The reason why I did that is because of all the good young bowlers that could learn from Danny and Frankie and Ty and David Samard. So I really didn't have anything to prove. The only thing I proved to myself is that I could make it against those guys. And I just wanted to give up my spot to somebody that could learn. And so later, like 2 or 3 years down the line, from what they learned then, they could be better now. And what we're going to do is represent our country, and our team would be stronger, and we'd be more prepared, and they'd be better. And the whole idea is, it doesn't matter if you're 5 years old, 85 years old, or 50 years old. If you're a bowler, you want your country to do well. And that's what that's what I decided to do. And I wanted that team to bowl good, have better players that could learn for the future. My teammates for the senior team are like, I didn't ask for anybody better. Like Ray and I have been friends for a long time, and Ray's a great teammate. We all, like I said, we all have our points in time where we just want to win all the time and strike all the time and everything else. But it comes down to, like, your teammates are there for you. And if your teammates are there for you, that's what matters. And you got to represent your country. But the biggest thing is I gave up my spot because I thought our team could be better without me. And I didn't want to go through it, but I wanted them to get a better player to learn from likes of Danny, Frankie, David, Ty. And that was my decision. And to this day, I'm not second guessing myself. It was the right decision for me, and it was the right decision for the team. And I hope going forward, it's the right decision for Canada. Because if I believe I'm not mistaken, I think it was Nathan they took. Was it Nathan or Cedric that they took?
Nathan was on the team, and they took Cedric
Nathan
for this year.
Yeah.
For this year,
2019 for that year. I can't remember who they took, after I gave my spot up. I can't remember who they took, but they will get from the likes of Ty and all the coaches that we have and the players that are still in, they're going to learn, and there's better. And that was my bottom. I couldn't bowl the young guys anymore. But that weekend when I bowling trials, my age does not matter. To me, it doesn't matter. Everybody else is going to say, well, this guy's 50, 54, whatever he is. But the bottom line is I still made the team. I'm not thinking that nobody can take it away from me. I still made the team. So, but my biggest thing is the senior team. I think I can help out the senior team more. And because of the guys that are on the team, like we're hoping we're going to go to Las Vegas this year, the World Championships, I think is in November, hopefully. And it's the same team that went 2 years ago. So that was Ray, myself, Mike Snow, and Con Casey. So all guys that you get along with, and it was a great time.
Cool.
All right. So, but, you know, at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure that in the future, you will still get somewhere in the top 6 or close to the top 6 every single time you bowl the team trials. I'm pretty sure of that. So, hats off to you. J'ai demandé une petite dernière question sur Team Canada, sur Équipe Canada à Joe. Et c'était juste peut-être de nous rappeler en 2019, peut-être qu'il avait eu une vision, il a décidé de laisser sa place qu'il avait obtenue dans le top 6 sur l'équipe régulière. Peut-être juste de savoir pourquoi. Et très simplement, il a dit j'avais techniquement plus rien à prouver. Je pense être un meilleur joueur pour l'équipe senior. Je pense aussi que ça permettait à des jeunes, dans le fond, de se joindre à Équipe Canada, d'apprendre des joueurs comme François Lavoie, comme Dan McLennan, comme David Simard, d'apprendre de ces jeunes-là encore. Et il croit que c'était la meilleure décision pour l'équipe, pour le Canada, mais on sait qu'avec tout le talent qu'il a, tant qu'à moi, il aurait été une très bonne ressource aussi pour l'équipe canadienne adulte. Et je crois bien qu'il réussira à se classer encore dans le top 6 pour le futur. Mais chose certaine, il vit très bien avec sa décision. C'était clair pour lui. Il ne le regrette pas encore. Et longue vie dans sa carrière senior, dans le fond, Patrick.
C'est clair, c'est clair, Guillaume. Il va être encore dans le top 6 ou proche. Ça, c'est une certitude. Joe,
Pat, je vois peut-être le temps passer un tout petit peu rapidement. Je ne sais pas où tu voulais t'en aller. Peut-être que j'irai vers le temple de la Renommée.
Parfait. On s'en va là. Écoute, on saute là.
On saute là.
Écoute, the register told us that we're gonna jump a question, Joe. So we're gonna go in 2018 when you was Hall of Fame inductee for Bowling Canada. Guillaume, you had the honor and the privilege to be on the spot, so I just want to let you talk about it.
Okay.
Whatever I could say, it's not my souvenir, that's yours.
Well, Joe, I clearly remember when we were in Mississauga for your induction to the Hall of Fame in 2018. I was there, you know, to translate your speech, but at some point it was just too emotional to translate, so I just let you go with the whole story. So, did you expect this moment to be that emotional?
Yeah, I'm a very emotional guy. It was something that I never thought would ever happen. But for I guess I really don't know. It's even more emotional now because my mom was there. She's no longer with us. She passed away 4 months ago now.
Sorry about that.
But thank you. But yeah, it's more emotional now when I think about it. Like I see pictures and stuff, and I just remember the night. The night was amazing. I couldn't thank everybody that I could remember. I'm not sure if he's watching, but I'm going to thank Jack Brace because I forgot to that night. But Jack Brace has been an influence to me for a long time. He's a great friend. But I did forget to do that, and I'll do it now. So, but it was a very emotional night for me. I love talking about bowling. Am I the smartest guy in bowling? No. But all the accolades I've gotten and all the stuff that I've done, it comes from all the people that let me practice for free, getting all the equipment, even the sponsors now that I have, like Turbo, High Five, Ebonite, Brands of Brunswick. If it's not for those people, then it's hard to succeed in anything. You know, they have your back, they support you. And it was like I said, my biggest supporter is my wife. If I bowl bad, if I bowl good, it's the same reaction when I get home. I get a kiss, I get a hug, you try your best, and man, that makes it so much more special to come home from. That everything's a piece of cake now. I have nothing to regret. And I just don't know. I don't know how to go into it anymore. It was a special night for me. I'm glad they did it at team trials because I've succeeded a lot at team trials, and I'm glad that I'm just glad I was nominated and I was inducted. It was a very, very special night for me, and I'm glad. There's a lot of, I'm telling you, there's like, I said it 500 times that night, Frank and Mark. Like, Frank's given up his time to help us out. Mark's done the same. Great people. You guys know that. You know better than I do. You guys, and they do anything for you. And they're just great. They're a great bowling family, great people, and they have a great business. And I hope bowling for them turns around soon. But it was a very, very emotional night. I'm glad you asked me about that because of like I said, I could have thanked everybody, and there's a few people I didn't thank. So, but I just thank the world. Really, if bowling wasn't here, then we wouldn't have anything. But I'm very, very lucky. That's all I can say. I'm very, very lucky in my life bowling.
Great. Patrick,
Sorry
dans le fond,
for on about that one. That one's a good one.
Patrick, tu me passais un peu la balle là-dessus parce que j'étais sur place lors de son introduction au temps de la renommée de la Fédération canadienne des skis. C'était à Mississauga en 2018. Ça avait été un moment assez émotif. J'étais là pour traduire son discours, Pat, mais à un moment donné, c'était comme trop émotif. Puis je l'ai juste laissé aller. Dans le fond, je pense que tout le monde comprenait qu'on parlait ou qu'on parlait pas anglais. Tout le monde comprenait. Puis je sais pas si tu veux parler un peu de la suite, dans le fond, mais tu sais, je lui ai demandé si c'était toujours, s'il s'attendait à ce que ce moment-là soit aussi intense émotionnellement.
Ouais, ben écoute, Guillaume, quand tu as posé la question à savoir s'il s'attendait à ce que ça soit gros, premièrement, il a répondu oui. Tu sais, qu'il est quelqu'un qui est proche de ses émotions, puis clairement, juste d'être nominé ou d'être considéré pour être intronisé au Temple de la Renommée, c'était quelque chose que pour lui, c'était même pas comme imaginable. C'était même pas quelque chose qui avait pu passer à un moment donné. Puis par la suite, encore là, je pense que c'est Jack Brace, dans le fond, qui a pris le temps de remercier parce qu'il l'avait oublié ce soir-là.
Exactement ça.
C'est la preuve que c'est des moments qui sont plus grands que nature parce que puis il est content, Guillaume, que tu aies pris le temps d'amener ce sujet-là parce que clairement, on le voit dans sa façon de nous le parler. Ça a été facile de se replonger dans le moment, puis il s'est remis à retomber dans les remerciements. Je trouve ça beau.
C'est ça.
Il s'est mis il a nommé encore une fois la famille Bouffa qui a fait beaucoup pour le monde des quilles. Puis au final, je pense que le mot de la fin, puis je vais raccourcir sa réponse parce qu'on pourrait l'étirer. Le mot de la fin, c'est il est juste content que le bowling ait existé dans sa vie parce que sans le bowling, il n'y aurait pas eu de Temple de la Renommée. Puis sans le Temple de la Renommée, il n'y aurait pas eu de bowling. C'est quelque chose qui est tout interrelié. Fait que je trouve ça vraiment génial comme réponse. C'était simple. C'était simple. Je pense que la façon que je l'ai résumé, c'est court, mais ça dit ce que ça avait à dire.
Exactement, Pat.
Guillaume, est-ce qu'on va encore un petit peu plus bas?
On va aller un petit peu plus bas, il n'y a pas de
problème. On va aller
problème.
encore un plus bas. Joe, I know you bowl far. You took playing lots of time to play bowling, but you also probably drove many kilometers. What the longest drive you used to do for a bowling tournament? Do you remember?
I haven't traveled that far. I'm going to say probably, like, driving-wise, Indianapolis, like 9-10 hours. Chicago. I think Chicago's further. I think Chicago's the furthest I've been. 10 hours driving.
Okay.
Sorry, it was Nashville. It was 12 hours. We went there for the USBCs.
Okay. I'm not
But
good
other than
with
that, like,
geographics or something like that. So here in Ontario, you talk about somewhere in Indiana, or so 12 hours for USBC. It's a long drive, but probably you did that where 2 or 4 or 3 guys in the car, and you switch drivers. So that's why I love to drive for a bowling tournament, because you're not doing by yourself. All alone.
It gets boring by yourself. Like even we went to I think it was St. Paul. It was 10 hours for us in Quebec. So
yeah, and don't forget Rivière-du-Loup as well. Rivière-du-Loup is a pretty long drive.
I'm sorry, Rivière-du-Loup is 10 hours, right?
Yeah.
Is Bay St. Paul past that, or no? St. Paul, right?
Yeah, Bay St. Paul could be also another 10 hours, but just from Quebec City to Mississauga, it can take about 9 hours easily.
Okay.
And you can add 2 hours.
Yeah. Montreal is the only place that I drive to that still need a GPS at 54 years old.
That's cool, because I need GPS to go everywhere. So
hey, you need the GPS to go to my house each and every single time, and we leave 12 minutes apart.
Yeah, every time. Yeah. Guillaume, what's your address? No. What's the street I have to turn? Pat, that's left, right.
He's the worst at it.
But Montreal is a beautiful city. I wish I could get there more. Hopefully, if this ends up soon and Montreal Open and stuff like that, hopefully we can get out there and support you guys and get bowling back.
But just for a poutine or something like that, that'd be cool. J'ai demandé à Joe si conduire avait été quelque chose qu'il fait régulièrement. Puis il dit, pourtant, j'ai fait beaucoup de tournois, mais je suis jamais vraiment allé loin. Il parlait d'une 10-12 heures, le Chicago, qui avait été comme une des places les plus loin. Puis pour aller faire le USBC, le nom de la ville m'échappe, Guillaume, ça te revient-tu?
Non, ça me revient pas.
Where did you play USBC Master?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, it was a USBC, the Open Championship.
Where it was?
Nashville.
So, il a conduit jusqu'à Nashville, c'était comme 12 heures. Puis après ça, il s'est mis à transposer ça à Montréal, que c'est une ville qui est cool, puis ça, c'est proche, puis il aimerait ça venir plus souvent. Puis il a parlé encore du Montréal Open, Guillaume.
Et voilà.
Une fois de plus, Guillaume. Mais reste qu'au final, l'avion aurait été son meilleur ami pour voyager. Hein?
Absolument. Joe, is there one tournament in your career that you would like to relive because everything was just perfect?
Wow.
Take your time.
No tap tournament on Sunday afternoon.
I'm gonna say probably 2. I won when the Super Hoinky tournament. They had the scratch sleeper tournament. I won the one super for $10,000. But I would have to say the singles in Calgary for the PAPCON Championship.
Oh wow, yeah.
For the senior tournament, for the senior championships. But as you know, it was 3 months after a procedure that I had done, and it was 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
My teammates carried my bowling balls for me. My style was completely different for the whole week, and it was just one of those. I never thought in my wildest dreams that would happen. Like, I remember we bowled team event, and I was on 1 and 2, and I shot 165. And we go to the next pair, and I leave a 1-2-4, and I struck out for 290. And one of the guys on my team goes, "Where did that come from?" Like, I was lost for 11 frames. And after that, we bowled good. But the singles tournament, that would probably just because of the situation and what happened and everything else like that, I would say I would relive that one in a heartbeat. Absolutely.
And I can remember also when you went to the booth to talk with us, Mark and I remember that you could barely talk because of all this emotion that you had, knowing the surgery you had and how tough it was to bowl and be there. So, I mean, thumbs up for this, and it's a good choice. It's a good tournament you picked there. It was a good choice
because, you know, sometimes when you have surgery and like you don't know if you're allowed to do anymore, like surgeries and stuff like that. You don't know if it's like, I'm not gonna say career ending, because for us it's like, you know, we can end our careers anytime we want. We like say we're done in 2 weeks if we wanted to, whatever. But you just don't know if that's going to be your last event or if you can even get to that event. So I pulled all the strings and I did not want to miss it because it was like representing your country and your home country is like, oh my God, it's unbelievable. It's the feeling is just, it's just great. And I had to talk to my teammates before I went to make sure they were with it. We had a practice at Planet Bowl, and thanks for them for letting us practice there. And
for free,
I had to talk to them. If they said no, I was not going. All it was one person said no, I was not going. And honestly, I can't say enough about them. They looked after me, and I came home. It was a great week. It really was.
Excellent. J'ai demandé à Joe ici quel tournoi peut-être il aimerait revivre parce que tout était juste parfait. Il a parlé du Super Oink, mais rapidement, il a tombé sur le championnat APCON senior de 2018 qui était à Calgary, d'ailleurs, au Canada, présenté au Canada. Il a gagné la compétition en simple. Puis il se demande peut-être encore un peu comment il a fait parce que c'était seulement 3 semaines après avoir vécu une intervention chirurgicale quand même importante. Il dit mon style, c'était un peu du n'importe quoi. Mais mes coéquipiers ont été là du début à la fin. C'est eux qui transportaient mes boules pour que j'ai le moins d'efforts possible à faire. Ils ont pratiqué ensemble. Ça a vraiment été une chimie d'équipe incroyable. Puis, tu sais, moi, je me souviens, pour avoir été là avec Mark, on faisait la présentation en direct du tournoi, puis après sa victoire, il était même pas capable de nous parler tellement il était émotif, tellement ça le touchait d'avoir gagné cette médaille-là, d'avoir réussi à le faire. Donc, je lui ai dit très, très bon choix, puis je pense qu'il est d'accord avec ça, à 100%.
Ouais, c'était quand même... Oui, c'était un beau souvenir. Tu sais, le souvenir était mémorable, je pense.
Exactement.
Joe, maybe 1 or 2 questions before our lightning round. There's one question that made me smile a lot. Guillaume put on the sheet, did you ever think to hanging your shoes or just quit bowling or stop, or did you ever think about it?
No.
Boom. Crystal clear.
It doesn't matter. Is the thing about bowling is that if you win a tournament, you always want to go win another. If you bowl bad, you want to go bowl again and bowl good. So there's no quit. I don't like quitting. I think I've only quit once in a tournament, and I believe it was in Vancouver. I bowled 6 games and I couldn't lift the bowling ball the next day, and so then I dropped to 14 pounds, and I was fine until I built it back up, and I've been 15 pounds ever since. But no.
But
the only time
you had the reason.
The only time I hang up my shoes is when it's time, and it's not time.
Okay. Guillaume, c'est assez simple. Je vais demander à Joe.
C'est simple, clair, net et
Is that a good answer?
Yeah, that was a perfect answer. As-tu déjà pensé à arrêter?
Want me to quit? Is that the problem?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
No. We don't want to ask you to quit, for sure. J'ai demandé s'il voulait arrêter de jouer. Il a déjà pensé à arrêter. La réponse a été non. Puis la raison qu'il nous a donnée, Guillaume, je trouve ça bien, parce qu'il dit, tu gagnes un tournoi, ben tu veux en jouer un autre. Tu perds un tournoi, ben tu veux t'en reprendre. Ça n'a pas bien été, tu veux t'en reprendre. Il y a toujours une raison de rester là. Puis Il dit au final, exactement. Puis au final, ben, la seule raison qu'il va faire qu'il va arrêter, c'est quand ça va être le temps. Puis là, ben, c'est pas le temps.
Exactement.
Ouais,
Je pense que ça va prendre du temps encore parce que de
ouais.
la façon qu'il nous en parle avec passion des quilles, là,
Ouais.
c'est pas prêt d'arrêter.
Puis Marc, il veut jouer avec lui dans 12 ans. Tu sais.
Ouais, moi aussi, d'ailleurs, dans 12 ans, je suis disponible. Puis j'ai dit que c'était mon objectif. Donc, on travaille là-dessus. Joe, one more before the lightning round, as Patrick said earlier. Your bowling family is super important. You have friends all over the country, but especially in the Toronto area, there are some friends that are just like brothers and sisters to you. And I'm thinking of Mikey Rack, Razor, Michelle Taylor, Justin, Ryan Seton, okay, name them, Mark Davies also. So how big of an impact these guys have had on you in your life, on the lanes? Because I feel that they are so important for you, these guys.
They're all very important. Like you said, like Mikey, Justin, and Ryan, like we've been so close for like the last probably 10 years. Jack's been like the biggest thing about Jack is that he's the best team player I've ever been with, and I've never been on the team with him. He's just a very, very good team guy. Ray and I have bowled together everywhere. Anywhere we've bowled together. So they've all had a big influence, but the biggest influence is that they make me better. You know, they're you want to beat them. They're your competitors, so they make you better. But the best thing about it is they're friends, they're family, and the families always argue, of course. But I don't know what to say about them, as I have individual things to say about each and every one of them. Ryan, for example, I'll use Ryan for example. And whenever I go away and stuff, he's always helping me. He's telling me to do this and telling me to do that. Because sometimes bowlers, we get in our own frame of mind. And sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you just need to be reminded you can change. And he's the biggest influence that way. Jack's just been a very good supporter, and he's like a father figure to me. The biggest thing about Ray, and probably Ray will say the same thing, is I want to beat Ray. And Ray wants to beat me. But that's what makes people better, because you want to beat your competitor. It doesn't matter if you like them or you dislike them, but you just want to beat your competitor. But those guys that you mentioned, there's probably a few others as well that you just want to kick their butt. But the bottom line is that you're not bowling every day, and they're your friends every day, your family every day. But to answer the question, probably the best thing is that they make you better, and that's why I'm probably as successful as I am, because I bowl against these guys all the time, and you want to beat them. You know, just because you beat them, they're not going to hate you. You know?
No, especially them, I'm pretty sure.
They don't like you. It's just like, you know, I want to beat guys like, you know, I think I've beaten Dan once. But man, I want to kick his butt. But he's a good friend. But there's certain guys you want to beat than others. But all these guys just make you better, and it doesn't matter if you're 20 or 50. You know, you still want to beat them. But the biggest thing is that you want to be better, and the only thing to be better is to bowl against the best. And all these guys are very, very good and talented bowlers. And it's same with Mark. You forgot to put Mark in there too. Like, I love bowling against Mark. Mark and I have some great matches. I remember Winnipeg, we were bowling team trials and match play, and I went Brooklyn to him twice. And oh my God! But we're still friends. He's a close friend of mine. So I don't know how he likes it, that day, but it's okay. It all depends how you take advantage of Brooklyn. I've taken advantage of a lot, and I mean a lot. But
great.
Yeah. But they make you better, and so bowling against you guys, you know. You guys, it's not like you guys are 150 bowlers. You guys are good, and you just want to. Not everybody's going to bowl good on that day, and nobody good every single time they bowl. But if you bowl against certain competition and everything else like that, they bring the best in you, and you just want to bowl better. And that's what they have done for me.
Excellent, good. Patrick, on va s'en souvenir, hein? Être meilleur, jouer meilleur, gagner, c'est pas mal le mot d'ordre dans toutes les réponses de Joe.
C'est ça, c'est être meilleur, puis surtout, il y a encore s'amuser dans l'histoire, Guillaume. Hein?
Ah, toujours s'amuser. Puis la question que je vais poser, c'est en lien un peu avec, tu sais, Joe, il y a des amis un peu partout au Canada, puis surtout dans sa région, on pense à Ryan Setton, à Mark Davies, Jack Brace, Raver Vink, Julie, Mike Irak, puis on pourra nommer comme ça jusqu'à demain matin. Puis j'ai demandé qu'est-ce qui t'ont amené ces gens-là, puis il dit c'est juste à être meilleur. À être meilleur parce que je joue toujours contre ces gens-là, je veux les battre, ils veulent me battre, puis, mais tu sais, malgré tout, à la fin de la journée, ça reste qu'on a passé du bon temps. Pareil, là, on est des chums pareils, exactement. Ça revient toujours. Puis, crime Patrick, là, ça me donne le goût d'aller jouer au hockey, là, mais je suis comme ça à soir, là.
On est proche, Guillaume, on est proche.
On est proche.
Guillaume, on est-tu rendu là? The lightning round?
Lightning round.
There we go. Joe, that's an easy stuff. Yeah, that's right. There's a lightning round. Short answer, short question. We're going to give you the answer after the question. There's one or two choices. You just have to pick one or the other one. Little explication if you want or not.
Okay.
But that's easy like this. Guillaume, I let you go.
All right. So, do you prefer to bowl on the first arrow or fifth arrow?
Fifth.
The fifth?
Yep.
So does it mean that you're better on longer patterns than shorter patterns?
I've never liked the shorter patterns, so I fight my way through it.
Okay, c'est bon. Alors, première flèche ou cinquième flèche, Patrick, on y va avec?
Cinquième, mais Guillaume, j'aurais pas parié là-dessus, moi.
Ouais, moi non plus.
Ah, les gars, c'est ça.
C'est ça. Donc, les patrons plus longs sont sa force. Ils n'aiment pas trop les cours, mais ils réussissent tout le temps à s'en sortir malgré tout.
Ça, c'est quand même faire l'équipe 18 fois et doit pas réussir une fois ou deux.
J'imagine.
Joe, bowling on the string or a free fall bowling lanes?
Free fall. I've never bowled on a string other than 5-pin.
Okay. So you have to go to Bob's Place to try it.
Well, I'm sooner or later I'm going to have to. Some of the centers are going to go to them, so I'll try it.
All right, but it's still free fall for now, obviously.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Now, what is your strength? Is it the beginning of a block or the end of a block?
I didn't hear the first part of it. I'm sorry.
What is your strength? Is it to bowl? Are you better at the beginning of a block or at the end of a block?
Probably the end.
Why?
If it's the block, it's not too long.
No, I just.
Is it because there is a wall or something?
No, I get a little better near the end. I'm not really the early part. That's a question for me. Like early, I like to start off. I rather bowl early. Like if we bowl a tournament, I rather bowl like 7 o'clock in the morning. I like doing things early, but sometimes that catches up to you because you're not really loosened up and everything else. So I would say probably later.
All right. Patrick, on va traduire ces deux-là, puis je te vais te laisser aller après. Tu lui as demandé est-ce qu'il préfère jouer les quilles à cordes ou les quilles traditionnelles, planteurs traditionnels. Malheureusement, il n'a pas encore essayé de jouer sur les cordes, donc par défaut, c'est les planteurs traditionnels. Mais un jour ou l'autre, il va aller chez Bob McKay pour essayer les cordes sans faute. Et ensuite, moi, je lui ai demandé quelle était sa force. Est-ce que c'est le début d'un bloc ou la fin d'un bloc? Il a hésité un peu, puis là, il est allé plus vers la fin du bloc, mais il préfère jouer plus tôt dans la journée.
Il faudrait qu'il fasse des blocs à 6 heures du matin.
C'est ça, pour qu'il soit pas pire à 8 heures.
Faut qu'il soit lousse à 8 heures. Okay, now Joe, what about facing Earl Anthony or Dick Weber? Earl de Pearl. That's my choice. That's my choice also.
I've actually bowled against him before. I've never bowled against Dick Weber, but it would have been an honor to bowl against Dick Weber. But Earl Anthony.
Okay.
Cool.
And now, I think we may have an idea of your answer, but still, just to confirm, do you prefer bowling on Team Canada or the Senior Team Canada?
Senior team. Well, it only you asking now, like right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, today.
Senior team. Senior team.
OK. Good. Patrick, veux-tu traduire ces deux-là rapidement? Oui,
on va y aller rapidement. Je lui ai demandé, dans le fond, pour les plus vieux, parce que les plus jeunes, peut-être, j'ai demandé s'il aurait aimé jouer contre Earl Anthony ou Dick Weber. Il a répondu sans hésiter Earl Anthony, qui a été reconnu comme le meilleur gaucher à jamais avoir joué sur le PBA. Je pense que
Absolument.
Ça aurait été mon choix aussi. Puis il n'a pas eu la chance de jouer contre Dick Weber. Ça aurait été un honneur, mais c'est pas le cas. Puis Guillaume, comme tu as dit, on avait la réponse sans poser la question. On lui a demandé est-ce que l'équipe nationale standard ou l'équipe senior. Et je pense qu'il aurait aimé ça nous répondre l'équipe régulière quand il avait 28 ans.
Oui.
Mais comme la question parle de Joe Ciach aujourd'hui, ben, c'est senior team. L'équipe senior.
Now, Joe, would you prefer to bowl a single tournament or a team tournament? Whatever team. Format it is. In team?
Team. Yeah, if we have the World 10-pin Team Cup, definitely. Baker team is by far the best event in bowling. So team event.
I agree. Baker format might be awesome to play in the tournament.
It's awesome. I literally bowled 3 of them, and it's an unbelievable atmosphere. It's great.
And it's too bad that this tournament doesn't run anymore. Because, I mean, this would be a great event with all the best bowlers in teams of 5. The caliber would be stacked everywhere.
Yep. I believe I was in the last one. I could be wrong, but I thought the last one was in the Netherlands, and I believe that was the last one. So, but no, it's an awesome format. It's an awesome atmosphere, and yeah, I would definitely pick that over anything.
Great, fantastic.
On match play, you talk about a lot of match play that you played in the past. Do you prefer to finish first or let your opponent finish first?
Always finish first.
Puts pressure.
Yeah, because you want to put pressure on your opponent.
Yeah, I was been told by a lot of people. Always finish first so you can put pressure on the other guy. Hopefully there's pressure on the other guy. Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully. Good point.
Hopefully. J'ai demandé à Joe, dans le fond, en match play, est-ce qu'il préfère finir premier ou laisser l'adversaire finir? Puis il dit, finir premier. Puis il a rajouté, en espérant, il met de la pression. Là,
c'est sûr.
C'est sûr que 8-1 dans le 10e carreau, c'est poche un peu. Là, mais
c'est ordinaire.
C'est ordinaire, mais c'est sûr qu'en match play, puis c'est pas de notre question, mais je pense que je serais dans la même situation. J'aimerais ça mettre de la pression sur un adversaire. Puis, l'autre question, Guillaume.
L'autre question, c'était jouer en simple ou jouer en équipe. J'ai même pas eu le temps de finir ma question, Pat, que ça a été en équipe, tellement qu'il aime l'énergie, puis surtout, peut-être les tournois Baker. Il dit ça, c'est les plus beaux tournois en équipe qu'il peut pas y avoir. Il a participé à 3 tournois Baker avec Équipe Canada. D'ailleurs, il se souvient du dernier, peut-être, qui était aux Pays-Bas, quelque chose comme ça, mais pour lui, c'est la meilleure formule d'équipe qu'il peut pas y avoir. En Baker, équipe de 5.
Ça doit être trillant, là, quand même. Là.
Absolument. Now, Joe, 2 more questions here. What is the most stressful? Is it to be yourself on the lane or to watch carry bowl?
Uh, I would say me. You nail it better. Yeah, I would say it's me.
Because you're able to control the situation a little bit more, maybe.
Yeah, I can control it better than her. Like if she doesn't bowl good, then I get stressful and I get upset, and then she gets upset, and then she doesn't bowl good. So it's me.
That's a bad day at the office. That's a bad day at the office, right?
Yeah.
You bowl in 5 decades. We would like to ask you which one's going to be the best. We could bet a quarter on your answer, but we're gonna let you choose your decade that you prefer to bowl in. Which decade is?
Which tournament would I rather bowl in?
No. Which
decade did you prefer to bowl in?
Yep.
Was it the 90s?
Oh, what era? Oh.
Yeah, era, decade.
Sorry,
decade. Okay. Like, was it the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s?
2000s.
2000s. I lost my quarters now.
You can e-transfer it to me later.
Okay, perfect.
No, I was bowling in the 90s and stuff like that, but I didn't make my first team until 97, 98. And then it was every 2 years and stuff like that. So I was just starting to get in there, but I was like more successful in the 2000s. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
C'est bon.
That's cool. Ça n'a pas été facile, Guillaume, s'entendre sur l'ère ou la décennie, mais clairement.
Ouais, on a dû avoir un problème de prononciation quelque part.
Ouais, on n'était pas bon. Je me voyais aux douanes à Malone avec mon frère expliquer que je m'en allais jouer au bowling, qu'on comprenait rien. On lui a demandé dans quelle décennie il a préféré jouer, puis j'aurais gagé mon 25 cents sur encore 1990, puis il nous amenant dans les années 2000. Lui, il se rappelle que c'est là qu'il a été au prime de sa carrière, peut-être. Là. Ça a été un des critères, je pense.
Exact. Et finalement aussi, on lui a demandé quel était l'élément le plus stressant. Est-ce que c'est lui qui joue au hockey ou c'est de regarder Carey? Finalement, il a pris ça sur lui. Il dit que c'est plus stressant lorsque c'est lui qui joue. Lorsque c'est Carey, je pense qu'il y a de la querelle à un moment donné, puis il y a de l'empilade un peu. Fait qu'il y a mieux prendre ça pour lui, dans le fond, puis garder ça comme ça, puis ça va être très bien. Joe, before we let you go, Mark is throwing at us a challenge. So he would like to see a Baker team event, Ontario versus Quebec. What do you say?
That's not a problem. That's not a problem at all.
Bring it.
Bring it on.
Well, I don't know about. I don't think Mark's ever brought it. So if he wants to start taking jabs, I don't think he's ever brought it. But that's okay. Absolutely.
Okay, and I think you have a partner here in River Inc. He said, yes, bring it, Mark. So I think it's on the table. Let's just make it, and let's have the best crew ever on the microphone to describe this.
Mark's gonna be on the lanes, definitely. So
that's good. Well, we should actually with all the talent we should get 2 teams. So 10 and 10, and then we can decide. But if Mark's making the challenge, I guess Mark has to go against me. So we'll know how that happens. So
excellent. So we're just waiting for this.
When everything gets opened up and we can do stuff. Absolutely, 100%.
Great. I'll be there one way or the other.
Bucket list.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got it. Yep.
Cool. Joe, time flies so fast when we are with good people like you. Hour and a half already disappeared just like this.
Did I pass Tim Mack?
We could talk maybe for 2 minutes.
Well, no, I really like to say, I know we're wrapping up and stuff, but I see people watching and listening and stuff like that. I just want to thank them. I just want everybody to be positive and just be patient. I know this is going on almost a year, and it's hurting people, it's hurting businesses and stuff like that. But be patient, and bowling will be back. I want to thank you guys for having me. It's a lot of fun to talk bowling because a lot of people aren't talking about it anymore. And I talk about it every day now. I'm in my laundry room, my ballroom. I'm putting my ball every day now because I am so anxious. I'm gonna start being like Fred Flintstone outside parking lot. But no, I just want to thank everybody. I just like all my sponsors they support me, like Turbo, Ebonite, Brunswick, High Five, and stuff like that. But thank you guys for doing this and keeping bowling going. I know Mark and Manny have a show going on Wednesdays at noon, and they were talking today about some stuff. And just it's nice to see, it's nice to hear, and just thanks for you guys taking the time and putting something together. And I really appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Well, it's our pleasure because
that's our pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah, we miss bowling so much that I mean, this show was a part. This show was a way for us to talk bowling and feel the energy from the other bowlers and try also to learn more about the great people of bowling. So just thank you very much for saying yes to us. And there were a couple of friends of you watching, so this is extremely nice. And we just can't wait to see you back on the lane and share the lanes with you. It's going to be awesome the day it happens, for sure.
Definitely.
Guillaume, I thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you guys as well. And anytime you guys want me on, just give me a holler. I'm more than happy to do this. This is fun.
Perfect.
That's perfect. Now officially, Joe Ciach passed Tim Mack, so that's perfect. We're just we're just sad you didn't took off for a truck drive or something else, but that's cool. He was a good guest.
I have a bucket underneath my chair. We're good.
C'est good. Merci à tout le monde qui a été là encore une fois. On a pris le temps de remercier Joe. Joe a pris le temps de remercier lui, Guillaume et moi qui faisons ça. Il a même parlé du show du midi de Guillaume, de Mark Magnet en direct. Il a pris le temps aussi de faire du pouce sur Turbo Grit. Il a pris le temps de remercier.
High Five et Bonnet.
Il a pris le temps de remercier ses commanditaires. C'est légitime de sa part, c'est correct. Pour ceux qui nous écoutent, soyez toujours à l'écoute. Merci d'être là, partagez la nouvelle. Faites juste comme parler de qui. Faites juste continuer d'être là, d'être positif. Merci vraiment d'être là. Pour ceux qui regardent le show puis qui ne nous suivent pas un peu partout, que ce soit sur Bouffa Bowling ou sur la plateforme Good to Best, là, que ce soit Instagram ou Facebook, invitez tous vos amis. Plus qu'on est de fun, plus qu'on rit, Guillaume.
Exactement. Et Patrick, on va se donner un rendez-vous la semaine prochaine. On va être encore là. Un autre grand nom du sport des quilles canadiens va être avec nous autres. On ne vous dévoile pas le nom tout de suite. Ça va être lundi comme à chaque fois. On va préparer notre petite vidéo pour vous présenter notre prochain invité. Ça va être un grand plaisir de le faire. Et merci à tout le monde. On se dit à la semaine prochaine.
Ciao.
Ciao. Thank you once again, Joe.
Thanks, guys.